So I want to discuss how you can take continuous tone Illustrator artwork and bring it into Adobe Dreamweaver for web page graphics. Continuous tone looks a little bit different than sort of the flat graphic that you saw with typical Adobe work. This actually is an Adobe Illustrator file and it imitates a photograph or 3D artwork. If I zoom in, you see the advantage of doing it in Adobe Illustrator, that it's resolution independent basically. So we've got this nice motorcycle file, and I want to prepare it to bring into Dreamweaver for use on the internet. One of the things I want to do is go back to the file, save for web, and we'll see the web options here between the original file, and on the right we can compare it against some of the different web formats that we can use. One of the web formats is GIF. We typically don't want to use that. The quality versus size ratio just isn't there. For something that's continuous tone, we may go with a PNG, but oftentimes it's more efficient to go with a JPEG file. So I'm going to select JPEG for the export to web. And then we are faced with some other options over here. We can elect what level of compression quality we would like to attach to this file. And there's sort of high, medium, and low as being relatively subjective terms, but the nice thing about this is we can see the quality of what low means, and we can see the quality of what medium and high means. And even within the realm of low, medium, high, or very high and maximum, we can still make some tiny adjustments to the quality level to get it to be a little bit more efficient as far as the size goes. And then in this field we can also scale the image. So I'm going to use this one at 50% of its original size. And I can see that that'll be 500 by about 300 pixels. So that's what I'm going to go with that piece of artwork. And I really like the settings for this. This isn't quite as good as the original artwork, but you can see I've got a nice trade-off as far as the efficiency of the file size and the quality of the artwork. Now, one of the things that I wanted to bring up with something that's continuous tone is the ability to slice the artwork. We can slice and select slices inside of Adobe Illustrator, and then when we come in here we can actually optimize each of the sections differently. It's not quite in vogue as much as it was in the past to slice up the artwork. What that would allow you to do sometimes, if you've ever seen a web page load with a large graphic that was sort of sectioned into 4 pieces, is it basically creates a table structure inside the HTML code, and then you have a different graphic that would load inside each section of the table. So this is pretty much a straightforward JPEG file at this point. We're going to click Save, and I want to save it into the Assets folder for our root. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to Dreamweaver, and in Dreamweaver we're going to use the Insert Common panel. We're going to go down to Images, and I'm going to go to the Assets folder, and I'm going to load the JPEG for the file that we just created. Click Open. We'll type an alt code motorcycle or alt field here. We'll click OK. And there you see the motorcycle. Now, the decision as to whether to go with JPEG or PNG typically is going to rely upon what type of artwork it is. This is sort of imitating a photograph or continuous tones, complete range of tones. So a JPEG is going to be a far better choice for this type of graphic. PNG would be a far better choice for things that are logos or that need to have some level of transparency. And as you saw when we initially selected the PNG format, the size wasn't as efficient as it was with the JPEG to communicate the image. So in this case, that's the perfect choice for this particular file.